Today, guys, I want to talk about why people still play Spellbreak. I want it to be more of a discussion thing as to why certain people play Spellbreak. I know there would be a lot of like common things people will say, but I want it to be a little bit more personal for like when you first saw Spellbreak and at what moment did you realize, wow, this game is very, very special kind of thing, you know? Right? And one of the most common things I'm sure most people will say is that Spellbreak's combat is probably one of the most unique combat you'll ever see in a video game ever. And you just can't get it anywhere. Well, at least yet anyways. I'll be covering some video games in the future that might be somewhat similar to Spellbreak, but like I said, even those games won't really be that close to Spellbreak. It might have like hints and whatnot because Spellbreak's combat, first of all, is quite unique, and then the movement tied with that, with the combat, is also in a class of itself, right? With like the amount of movement options you have, and so I think that will be like one of the more common reasons as to why there's still a handful of people who still play Spellbreak. Another reason that I think might be a little bit more diverse is the community, right? A lot of people who still play, oh, hello, Spellbreak, is because of the community. And there's different types of sub-communities in Spellbreak, despite us being such a small community, right? All right, we got rid of that bot, which kind of makes up for like the movement in Spellbreak currently not being so great. There's still a good chunk of people who play Spellbreak, believe it or not. There's still thousands of people, even though those thousands of people don't all play at the same time, right? And even me, like, I'm sure if you guys can look at my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel, you guys will probably notice that I don't do as much Spellbreak content in the past, and that's mainly because of Chapter 3's movement. It was just one of the worst. But I still enjoy playing Spellbreak. I don't play it like 7 days a week like I used to, right? But I still enjoy it, and which is one of the reasons why I play it every now and then. And part of that reason why I still play it is because of the community. Even though the community is a lot smaller now, there's still people out there that I like to interact with and whatnot. This guy's just living his best life. Oh, he went invis. Okay. I don't like invis gamers. I say that while I pop an invis. Oh wow, this place is busy. I hope he didn't go invis again. He probably did. I need to find myself a better room. Shadow step. I mean, we'll take it. It's a legendary shadow step. I gotta be careful because invis players have the tendency of just sneaking up on you. I can't believe that actually hit me. This guy's kind of healthy. So let me heal up real quick, because I don't want this to be a short gaming experience. Dying to an invis player could be just so frustrating sometimes. I think he's long gone. I don't think he's around here anymore. Oh well. We will meet again. But yeah, like I was talking about the community. The community is very... One thing I give Proletariat props for is developing a very wholesome community, right? I've been playing a handful of different games, and let me tell you, yes, there's toxicity in every game, but Spellbreak it's a lot less in this game than in other games. Like I played DBD, Prop Night, even Call of Duty. Those games are the definition of toxicity. You might get a toxic player in Spellbreak every now and then, but it's not that common. Even when Spellbreak was on release, the toxicity wasn't even that crazy compared to those other games that I played. Spellbreak made a very like wholesome game. Let me say that. They made a very wholesome community where there might be a few people here and there who are like toxic, but they never really last that long. And even like the comp community was probably like one of the most toxic communities, but it wasn't that bad, right? Like most of their toxicity was like maybe a few players in the comp community, and it was directed towards the devs whenever the devs did something that they didn't like. right? And when I say the comp community, I'm mainly talking about Element. Element was one of the first communities I was a part of. And I was so glad I was a part of Element's community. Come back here. Tiny. Oh, that's unfortunate. And now I'm getting sniped. How about you shoot at the person who's flying away instead of me? There you go. And I'm glad Element was one of the first communities that I joined in from Spellbreak, because like Element was the driving force that made me realize like, damn, this game has potential on top of potential. I've mentioned this in a few videos in the past. That next clip where he was under the bridge around this area, I believe, around that area, it's been changed now, and he was like low on HP. The odds were stacked against him, and somehow he was able to still pull out a clutch exile based on his movement and knowledge of the game. It blew me away. Till this day, it's one of my favorite clips ever in the comp community, especially when you hear like play safe's like commentary. I'm not too sure if OSK was commentating in that match either, but it was one of my favorite moments ever to witness in Spellbreak. And there were times, like even during the scrims, like I wish to this day I recorded some of the conversations a lot of people had in the scrims. You used to have like upwards of like 30 to like almost 60 people in our Discord conversations, and they were a blast. Just watching people just like, they were being toxic, but it was like fake toxicity. You know, it was just like friendly banter, not even really toxicity at all. And I guess that's just like the good times, right? I guess that's just the definition of a good times, where you don't know you're living in the good times because you're just enjoying yourself. It's until those good times are over that you realize, damn, we had it good, kind of thing. But yeah, even despite a lot of people leaving in the middle of chapter, oh, this is different. Okay, that's the water he left behind. I was like, water gauntlet confirmed. And even despite a lot of people leaving in the midway of chapter 2 and the great mass exodus of people leaving in chapter 3, there were still some communities that were still thriving, like the OCE community, even the little District 3 competitive arena game that OP was trying to do. It was still pretty fun. And it was kind of like Spellbreak Light in a way. Unfortunately, it didn't last long just because he hit that. Just because we didn't have like the necessary tools we needed. Alright, I'm gonna heal up a little bit to do a proper events the way that we wanted to do them, because the customs wasn't really all that custom. It was just private servers, and we wanted to do other things besides just Dominion and whatnot. But there's still people running events till this day. Like Jake is a very good community leader, and Kyrie's doing like a Spellbreak gaming community as well, hosting a tournament for $500, which I'll link both of those and some other people down in the descriptions if you guys want to check them out and be a part of the community, because that's one of the great things about Spellbreak. Where is this guy shooting me from? I don't see where he is. Oh, you're behind me? And then I'm getting third party by this guy. We messed him up. Ah, I'm on fire. Oh, he's the last one. Maybe I'll let him heal up. I'll let him heal up so we can have a proper 1v1.
Move quickly. The storm's closing in.
And I even did like a 1v1 tournament too, which was pretty fun to do. We had a lot of people sign up, but unfortunately the people who joined in that 1v1 tournament, they kind of all left after chapter 3 was a thing. And I can't really blame them. Chapter 3 movement was pretty bad, which was a shame because this is probably the most balanced Spellbreak has ever been. Like Proletariat did a lot of good in chapter 3. They just messed up on the movement, in my opinion. They did a lot of good stuff. Where are you? There you are. Hey, we got a dub. Let's go. Second dub of the day.
Nice work,
But yeah, despite the awful movement, the
Seems your
community
training
is
has
still
served you
great.
well.
It's still very friendly. It's not as toxic as those other games that I mentioned, like Call of Duty, Dead by Daylight, and Prop Night. It's a very wholesome community. So that's just what I had to say. Let me know how you guys feel about the game and why you guys still play the game and all that jazz. At what moment did you realize that this game was special? I just wanted this to be like a community involvement. I told my side of it. Now I want to hear your guys' side of it. But yeah, until next time, y'all stay safe, and I'll see you later.